Have you ever considered that we might be accidentally raising a generation of explorers who are never allowed to leave the front porch? Imagine a child standing at the edge of their yard, looking at the sidewalk as if it were the edge of a cliff. For decades, we have been told that the world is a dangerous place, and our natural response as caregivers has been to pull our children closer. But what if the very act of keeping them safe is actually making them more vulnerable to the internal storms of anxiety and doubt? We find ourselves in a strange cultural moment where a 9-year-old taking a train by themselves is seen as an act of extreme rebellion rather than a normal step toward growing up. This is not just a story about parenting styles, it is a story about how we have fundamentally redefined what it means to be a child and what it means to be a protector. On the surface, the concept is simple: we want to avoid tragedy. We see a busy street or a crowded subway and we see 1,000 ways things could go wrong. We tell ourselves that by being physically present for every moment of a child's day, we are acting as a shield against the world. However, there is a hidden assumption beneath this behavior that is much more troubling. We have begun to assume that children are fragile by nature and that they lack the innate ability to solve problems or navigate small challenges on their own. We act as if their confidence will simply appear one day when they turn 18, without ever giving them the chance to practice being brave in the real world. This assumption has created a structural pattern that is shrinking the physical and emotional map of childhood. If you look at the history of human movement, we can see a clear pattern of decline over just 4 generations. A great-grandfather might have roamed 6 miles from home to explore the woods, while his grandson today is barely allowed to play in the driveway without a tracking device in his shoe. This pattern is not just about physical distance, it is about the loss of the internal locus of control. When every minute of a child's life is scheduled, supervised, and managed by an adult, the child begins to feel like a passenger in their own life. They start to believe that they cannot handle anything unless a very smart, helpful person is there to drive them. This leads to a profound sense of passivity and a fear of making mistakes because they are always being watched and judged. We need to reframe this entire perspective by recognizing that independence is not a reward for being grown up, it is the tool we use to become grown up. Instead of seeing risk as something to be eliminated, we should see it as a necessary ingredient for resilience. When a child gets a little lost or buys the wrong groceries or has to figure out which bus stop to use because their phone died, they are experiencing what we might call the magic words of childhood: "I did it myself." These words are the original anxiety busters. They teach a child that they are capable, that they can handle stress, and that a mistake is not the end of the world. In our daily lives, we can start to change this by taking very small, collective steps. It is hard to be the only parent who lets their child walk to the park, because you worry about what the neighbors will think. But if we decide to do it together, we renormalize freedom. We can start by giving our children independence homework. Ask them to go into the store to buy the milk while you wait in the car, or let them navigate the route to their friend's house. These moments act as a rewiring process, not just for the child, but for the parent. When you see your child return from a small solo mission, your heart grows as you realize they are more competent than you imagined. We must move away from the idea that constant supervision is a requirement of love. In reality, letting go is one of the highest forms of trust and support we can offer. It gives children the space to discover who they are when no one is watching. It allows them to develop the internal compass they will need to navigate the much bigger challenges of adulthood. By opening the door and allowing our children to roam, we are not being reckless, we are giving them back the right to grow into their own strength. We are shifting from a culture of constant monitoring to a culture of shared trust. This shift is essential if we want to raise a generation that is not just safe, but also bold, capable, and truly alive. If we stop being the drivers of their lives and move into the passenger seat, what incredible places might our children discover on their own?